Okay. It's midday Tuesday, sort of a dreary day. Oh, that's right. I did need to stop for a rest stop soon. But soon is not right now. So we hit the road, go a bit farther along. We still have 1,884 kilometers, but at some point I'll need to stop for lunch, but that's not a set time, so I should be able to complete the rest of this drive today. Am I speeding? Okay, yeah, no, I just checked my speed at the perfect time. Oh, never mind, we're going into toll anyway. Oh, hold on. Please use keyframe frequency of 4 seconds or less. Why is... Why are you being like this, YouTube? Hmm. I may have to fix that later, but it's probably going to cause buffering issues in the meantime. See if I can just do a quick Google search and fix this or not. Okay, where's the output settings? Keyframe should be every 1 second according to my settings. All right, well, let's carry on and see if let's just reset the settings and see if YouTube will be happy with it. Make sure there's no other trucks because they will just drive on the side of me if I don't get out of their way. Okay. Seems to have fixed the issue. So hopefully hopefully the stream stays nice and healthy now. Yeah, most of this drive has been very similar landscape. That's the one thing that I kind of feel like might get me go back to American Truck Simulator is you get a lot more it's a lot easier to tell where in America you are than where in Europe so far when comparing the games. Kind of makes me want to travel Europe and see if that is just actually how Europe and America are, if America has got a bit more variety in the same distance. Mind you, I've been kind of like in northern central Europe for a lot of this, so having the same place look like the same place is not exactly surprising. But where am I that the speed limit is 90? I've never actually hit anywhere the speed limit has been 90 before. I'm now curious. So I went through Geneva and I'm on my way to Lyon. That's like, am I still in? I've got to be in France now, right? This has got to be. Actually, I can't check on the world map for some reason, but I can if I go to the freight market. Yes, okay, so I am in France. So parts of France allow you to have a speed of 90. Interesting. And then we are past our speed of 90. We're going into construction here. At least it's not being followed by a cop for this part of the trip anymore. That was a disaster. Are you going to go over? Yes, you are. Without signaling too. I'd complain, but it's not really unrealistic. That's just how people drive. No, it's not good at 90. Speed limit is 80 for me here. Oh, before I carry on. Alright, so I've got other options for a rest stop along the way. So we're not screwed there. How much more time do I have? Next rest stop in 1 hour. Alright, we'll deal with it when it hits. go all the way over here where it's empty, because all the cars are piling into row 3 for some reason, even though row 1 and 2 are basically empty. Alright. Back on our way, just double check that we've got cars out of the way. Shift it down too low. Let's get back down to 10th gear. Okay, so I think we'll be taking the next, yeah, it's about 20 minutes. I think we're going to have to take this rest stop here, or we're going to have to. I really want to take this one though. Yeah, but that's that's too far away. Oh well. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Oh, I need to exit. Good thing that the road literally doesn't let me not exit. I would have tried exiting too late. Would have missed my escape. I think that was a money shift. That was a downshifted a little too hard. I think that'd be one of the big advantage of getting an engine that does not have reciprocating valves. You could get rid of the whole fear of downshifting too hard. So we're going to have to go through another toll here soon, and that's probably when... Oh, wrong button. That is... Yeah, I'm already getting sleep. Not sleeping violation tickets. So, should absolutely... Oh, and I do not want to take this exit. I want to take this exit. That's a bit of wild road construction. I feel like that could exit together and then split where it needs to split, rather than being two entirely different exits. But I guess I'm just not French enough to understand. need to get over to this side. I should have gone to the very end one that I could have gone to. That would have been much better. And yeah, there we go. We're going to avoid the curb, just barely. I am going to take the time to properly straighten this out because I've made an absolute mess of it. We are not going to take 2 parking spots for my rest, even though it just doesn't matter to the AI. They don't actually need rest stops. Alright, shut down our engine and rest stop. Alright. We've got no... Oh, yeah, we built up air pressure pretty quick there. We didn't lose a ton overnight. There. Turn on our brights. Off we go. We've still just over half of our journey left to go. It is 1 in the morning, so we'll be driving in darkness for a while. Part of me is very tempted to always just sleep again. But that is not the luxury real world truckers get. If you have to drive through the night to make things happen, you drive through the night. But I do also feel like real life truckers can actually manage a 24-hour schedule better than they let you in this game. This lane doesn't just disappear. No, they have a separate turnout lane for the fuel stop and the rest stop. I would like to go there because then I could fill up fuel at the same time, but fuel honestly just isn't a problem I'm having, so I'm not worried about it. I keep accidentally nudging the shelf that my mouse is on, and it subtly changes the view, sort of just snaps it over like I'm some sort of bird. I didn't miss a turn off, did I? Where am I going? What is the map trying to... Oh, I didn't hit the point I had said, so it's trying to get me to go back, hit that point, and then continue on my journey. I'm glad I checked before I started following any of the lines. That would have been a disaster. That would have been an absolute catastrophe. This road is way too busy for being 2 o'clock in the morning. I feel like traffic should scale by time of day in a way that it doesn't really do. Looks like there's some X-File greenhouses there. Would accelerate me. And that is, once this trip is done, I'm going to be looking at new trucks, see if I can't get myself something with a bit of a more powerful engine and just a more capable truck all around. We're in a good financial place right now, but after this this trip, a 3,000 kilometer journey, we'll be, well, we're gonna be making bank. Really hoping, yes, you're moving over, thank goodness. I've driven past this place before. I remember this. Well, what is going on? We've got the... Everything seemed like it was going fine for a while, but back to... Nope, that's not what I wanted. All right. At least we're finally less than halfway, have less than half to go. More than 50% there. Which currently we are estimating to be there late Wednesday night, which is today. That won't happen. Oop, crap. Get over that lane. Thursday to Friday is when it's expected, so we're gonna have to take one more rest before we get there, at least. Which was there? We are 8.5 hours from our next rest stop. So Very simple math tells me that that is basically noon. I'm just gonna fiddle with the settings again just for a second. Let's reduce the backtrack a little bit and see if that helps. It may not work the way I suspect it should. That was a shooting star, I'm pretty sure. Or it might have actually been light inside. Might have been light inside the cab that I saw as a shooting star. And we're coming up to another toll booth, so we'll get over to the right lane. Yeah, like this is the sort of traffic I expect at 4 in the morning. Very light, mostly other trucks. My lights are on. Oh, are you kidding me? I didn't get far enough up. There. How's it going, Jess? I keep getting error messages on my vertical stream. It wants a keyframe of 4 seconds or less, but the keyframe is set to 1 second, so it should certainly be lower than it is suggesting. And it popped up immediately, and I just went back and did the settings, and it was better for quite a while. Now it's back to being a bit of a pain. So I'm just gonna fiddle the settings again. Maybe instead of trying to get the keyframe interval down, I'll put it up to 3 seconds and see. Okay, what? Nope. Let's have things go back where they were. Yeah, it doesn't seem to have helped at all. Yeah, because the actual error I get says, please use a keyframe frequency of 4 seconds or less. It's not specifically a bitrate error, but yeah. Wait, so this splits into two, and then I still lose the lane anyway? What's the point of that? Okay, I'll put the keyframe to 2. I had it set at 1. Yeah, and this only exists on the vertical, not on the. Oh, hold on. Are we going to lose our? No. Yeah, this only happens on the vertical stream, not on the horizontal. The horizontal is in excellent condition. The vertical is in poor. And I don't see settings separately. It seems like to me that the settings there, wandering off the road, the settings for the vertical are the same, unless, because yeah, the settings in the vertical don't give me an option to change that itself. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, there's settings for verticals, but vertical does not have the output settings that you get from hitting the other settings button. Whatever. That'll require some digging, and my digging time is limited. Yep, that is fair. The moon goes down, the sun comes up. My brights are still on for some reason. So I still have 17 hours. I might have to do 2 more rest stops in this trip. Yes, I think today is going to be motorcycle insurance for me. Seems like the day to do it. We are definitely just getting into the I'm still being picky and choosy about what days I want to go on a motorcycle, but we are very much getting into the I want to have continuous motorcycle access from here and for the rest of the year. We're in the warm half of the year now. As I can relatively safely insure for 6 months. That big rig just disappeared off that bridge. That was interesting. mean, smoke season riding didn't bother me a ton. I'm not super sensitive to smoke in the air. But it does suck to go for a long ride and have your throat be sore from breathing smoke. The people who are smoke affected, I honestly don't know how they survive living in the Okanagan. Hey, King K. Okay, what are we slowing down for? It's just a border crossing into Spain, right? Oh, speed limit here is just 50. That's what it is. That's fine. I'm okay with that. Yeah. No, it's I have a few other friends that are also affected by the smoke the same way you are, Jess, and yeah, man, summer can be so brutal here. I am very happy I am not stuck in that boat. Why what, King K? Why I feel bad for the people who are affected by smoke, who live in the Okanagan? Because that would just be because the Okanagan tends to get really smoky and basically the Okanagan tends to burn every year. So you're stuck with the smoke from forest fires for the part of the year where people want to be out and doing things. Oh, I was speeding right behind a cop car. Glad that didn't go poorly for me. Yeah, never a problem. That's usually if someone asks why, I usually try to clarify what they're asking, but then answer what I think the most likely question was. Sometimes I get it very wrong. Yeah, no, the Okanagan is a very beautiful place when it's not burning down. Unfortunately, it tends to be burning down a lot. Let's go all the way down here to the end. Just bombing in there. I am pretty sure I'd get chewed out for coming into there like that. No, that was not the time to double shift. Single shift and we go. Yeah, we did not get a snowpack this year. This year was, I think it was, I don't remember when I started looking at the snow going, oh, this is not good. But our snow started late. Our snow came in really light, and it never, ever picked up. So the snow that we rely on to melt and fill the lake, it's not there. It's not there at all. Yeah. And the unfortunate thing with the whole irrigation is all of that irrigation has to come from somewhere. It's coming from lake. They're gonna be fighting, like basically I think this is the year where they can't let any water in the lake that they just, any water in the lake that they can keep, they need to. They need to keep the dams as closed as they can. Now, there's a lot of issues there because if Penticton goes, hey, you know what, we need this water and just doesn't open the dams, all the communities south of us basically are going to dry up. they're not going to get water. But luckily we're not the Wild West anymore. We don't have big ranchers blocking off water to feed their, or basically yeah, like water their cattle and water their ranch lands, while other people are left dying of dehydration. It is a setup for a bad fire season. Doesn't actually mean it will be a bad fire season, but the odds are there. There's a very high chance we're going to have a rough fire season. Why are you going through this? There is no reason for you as a car to go through the one for like buses and trucks. Why, little car? Why? Also, even more why. I definitely shift down too hard on that. But we're just embracing our mistake. So, mistakes are just part of life, it's fine. Accelerating. That was a bit of an odd moment. Alright, well, at the very least the trees look different in Spain. The landscape is a very similar type of hilly, but the trees themselves change up the look of the landscape quite a lot. Those some interesting towers off to my side there. I have no clue what those are about. And I love how this view gives me none of... Yeah, it must just be some sort of sculpture installation. Got 4 hours to rest stop. You know, maybe I can do this in with just one more rest stop. I thought I was going to take 2 more. So what do I like about YouTube? That's... Oh, hold on. What I like about YouTube is that it's easily accessible. It's easy access to content. random. 70. And then we go back up to 90. I will want to stop for fuel on my next rest stop. Okay, car, you are just hovering there. I am going to move over. Yeah. There's a lot of random weird art installations here on the side of the road. Now we're getting into some more unique landscapes, something that feels very different from the rest, basically from Germany and France. Something that feels more uniquely Spanish. And another toll. There are so many tolls. Yeah, losing a card lock sucks. It just seems like week by week, everyone's getting more hostile towards trucking. Like every city, businesses, they're all like, "Meh, screw truckers." And it's like, do you understand who delivers your goods and serve? Like, basically anything you need gets moved around by truck. If you make it difficult, you're making things harder for yourself in the long run. Let's shift back down. We're not embracing the mistake this time. Yeah. Yeah, and that's the thing of you got to find a way to balance things. If you make it unlivable for truckers, truckers are going to want to stop going there, which means truckers need to get paid more to motivate them to go there. And now the cost of your getting your supplies to you has gone up. I think they just basically go, well, truckers have to go, so they're going to. We don't care. And it's like, you can not care all you want, but people not wanting to do the job makes it more expensive to get people to do that job. The same way when they make everything more hostile for mechanics, it's like, you do understand this means that everyone pays more to have vehicles maintained, and you all need vehicles maintained. I mean, I'm glad to hear that there's a truck stop that's basically going, no, nothing other than trucks. Sad that has to come down to being gated. But if it needs to be a trucker-only space, trucker-only space then. And mind you, like that is not a problem that should exist. Like that shouldn't be the problem that it is. Because the solution to that problem is the basically deal with Vancouver's housing crisis, but they're not going to. What really gets me is there's enough studies that basically go, hey, if you make like so the whole thing is right now tiny houses are not legal in most places. Like there's a minimum house size. And the minimum house size is too large for given the current environment. They need to go, okay, yes, here's the requirements for a tiny house. You can make a house that's just big enough for like a person to have space and survive and not be homeless. And then you're not going to have people living out of their vans and RVs in truck stops. As well as you're going to have people that have a stable address that are now going to be contributing to society a lot more functionally. No, there's a lot going on. I still have 1 hour, but 1 hour is not very long. I need to plan. Alright, so next rest stop it will be. That works out easy. We like that. Yeah, basically just giving people a tiny little shack that is basically a bathroom, a bed, and like a place to like sit and at a desk. Basically like think prison cell, except hopefully less depressing. Not that prison cell should be depressing, but basically you shouldn't feel locked in. You give people that just a tiny little space. That's their space they can lock, they can maintain. A lot of the people who are a drain on society stop being a drain on society. So we have undesirables because we decide that we want to let them. I mean, there's always going to be some people where it's like, no, they're not going to contribute to society. But that's fine. They're not that numerous. Most people want to actually be a functional part of society. And that's the thing, like in Japan, you can get a tiny little apartment that there is not a bedroom. There is just a bed in the corner of your room. And actually, you can have them where basically, like, yeah, you don't have a bed and a desk. You have a bed, like the desk goes under the bed, and you sleep up high, like a bunk bed, or the bed like folds up to give you your desk or whatever. You can make them really, really small, but it keeps these people off the street. And when they're off the street, basically they have ways to solve their problems. Yeah, dorm room style. We are under 1,000 kilometers left. So next day we will have just under 900 kilometers left to put down. And I'm trying to remember what is a reasonable amount of kilometers to put down in a day. But 900 seems like it's straddling that threshold. Yes, I know I'm getting tired. Oh. Yep. Messed that up. Over the curb we went. Didn't realize the truck spot was over here. Fill her up and then park and rest for the best part of the day, because that's how this goes. Yeah, just slightly too far. And we sleep the day away. Load onto the highway as fast as we can. Sweet, the highway is nice and empty. We love that. Nope, not what I meant to do. I want to cancel my signal, not downshift. Yeah, it's definitely one of those things where like homelessness has always been a problem that humanity's dealt with any time where housing is a commodity. But we like it, people often see it as a right-wing versus left-wing problem, and I'm like, that doesn't make sense to me. Because on the left wing, it's like, well, we care more about taking care of society than basically having a productive country. So yeah, you house the homeless. That seems really simple, okay? But on the right side, you go, well, we care more about keeping the country economy going. So what's the solution there? Well, as it turns out, it's cheaper and best for the country if you just house the homeless, because housed homeless go to jobs because they're not actually homeless anymore. They're just living in less than ideal living situation. They're living in small cramped spaces. They are motivated to get to bigger spaces, but just giving people free housing that is tiny does more, like they say, it helps them more, it helps society more. And so I don't understand why it's not more widely adopted. I know there are some places doing it and it seems to be working well there, but it just isn't a thing we do widely, and I don't understand. Also, I need to upshift twice. Just revving the hell out of it. Alright, so we've got 8.5 to go, or 850 to go, and a bit over 10 hours to do it. Current expected delivery is 8 a.m. on Thursday, which is most definitely... Oh, bloody hell, are you kidding me? Didn't even see that car that turned into my lane. That's annoying. And that was definitely that car's fault. I'll still pay for it, but that was that car's fault. But that's realistic. Well, I don't even think it's a problem of that there's not enough of a direct profit back. I think it's a matter of they don't control the profit back. Like, so one thing I've seen that seems to me, and I could be very wrong on this, but it seems to me that a lot of the big corporations and really wealthy, influential people in the world, if you basically say, all right, so if you spend $10 here and it brings back $1,000, and you will probably get about half of it. They don't like it. I put $10 in and probably get around $500, but $500 goes somewhere else and I get no control over it. They don't like that. They would rather sit there and go, I put $10 in and get $100 back, but I have control over that, like all of the $100 that comes back. They seem to see any things that come back in ways they can't control as like a risk, as a liability. It's not about them making money, because when you talk about, like, when we're talking billions of dollars, the amount of money doesn't matter anymore. The amount of money means nothing. You're basically using money as a proxy for control. So at that point, giving giving the people who might be working against you the possibility to capitalize on your investment just as much as you is a net loss. So it's not about profitability, it's about control. Hope there's no cars there because I just don't have time to check. I'm very happy everyone decided to go a different way than me. That was nice and convenient. Hey Michael, how's it going? I hope you're having a good day. Yeah, Jess, we'll talk to you later. Cool. Yes, I had an event on Saturday. It went well. I was happy with it. And now I don't have to plan anything for a while. Looking forward to that. Excuse me. Definitely in the middle lane just because I'm feeling lazy at the moment. Yeah, so that little light, there's a light that sometimes reflects up on the inside. Oh, and being in the middle lane turned out to be exactly what I needed to be. There's a light on the inside that reflects, and I think is a shooting star a lot of the time when I see it. It's going to be 100 degrees Fahrenheit on Thursday. Yep. That's too warm. Under 100, we're fine. 80 sounds nice, actually. 100 is too warm. Put it back, put some of the heat back. Right now I wouldn't mind it being just a little bit warmer here, but I know that by the time I get that little bit warmer, it's immediately going to go to way warmer, and I am not going to be happy about it. So I'm just kind of enjoying we're actually having a really nice spring right now. We're having a lot of good sunny days that are enjoyable. The downside being is we don't have a lot of precipitation, and that's going to be a problem. We are less than 8 hours from our destination. No, we are just over 8 hours from our destination. We are still on Wednesday. But our current delivery estimate is for like, no, whatever. I'll stay in this lane. So the thing I hate about adaptive cruise control, someone pulls in front of you and the adaptive goes, well, we gotta slow down. Alright, time to downshift. See if we can't build up some speed again. Wait, but why are we slowing down? What is... they want us to... Alright, we're gonna take the delay. We are not taking the detour. Screw that. Cheating the system. There's no reason they couldn't let a lane squeeze by here. Alright. Oh, apparently the actual rest of the accident's over here. I didn't realize there was two parts of this. Oh, something's being airlifted out. This is going to be squeaky. Alright, so there was apparently a very legitimate reason to not. No. Just hit a helicopter. Didn't cause any damage though, apparently. We're good. I see nothing wrong. We were fine. Your brother is taking the STAR test? Yep. Oh man, I remember taking basically the standardized school testing. It was always super stressful and I don't really remember why. And now we're speeding by a ton. Hopefully we won't get caught. I'm sure it'll be fine. Won't be a problem like the one time I was being followed by a cop and just got a ticket every time I went over. Oh, that was so terrible. We're on the edge of a city, but I don't actually, the map doesn't seem to have. Okay, we are on Ciudad-Real. Going to just say that that is, or that is how I'm going to pronounce it, Ciudad. I have no clue how it should actually be pronounced. Keep our speed up. Okay, Michael, we'll talk to you later. Take care of yourself. Oh, excellent. I'm going to have to slow down for that truck, but I'm not going to have to. Set our cruise again, and off we go. I think it's going to be a lot of motorways for the last 500 kilometers. Currently we run at a time just before delivery, and I'm trying to think if I'm going to take a rest stop just before we get there. And I think I'm actually going to, because we're not expected to deliver until Thursday evening anyway. So it makes perfect sense to rest when we get there and basically unload first thing after the rest stop. Slow down or just rest stops on the side? Looks like it's just rest stops on the side. No toll, no reason for everyone to come to a screeching halt. Not that that would stop everyone at 3 in the morning in just some random highway, because traffic in this game just kind of wild sometimes. big rig. Why? Why would you do that? Why are you an ass? That was an absolutely terrible thing to do. Like, that is 100% dickish behavior. I don't feel too bad about clogging up the left lane right now, just because there's not any cars behind me. I'm very surprised I didn't actually kiss the wall on that. That got really close. Oh, I've just gotten a message. And I can already tell this message feels like it's going to be an internet argument. But that can be a future problem. Less than 300 kilometers left to go. 3.5 hours in game. The sun will be up by the time we get there. Of course, the sun's gonna come up and then we're gonna take a rest stop, because that's how we have to play the game. I just wish we could set a time to get up rather than you sleep for X number of hours, which I realize is unrealistic for a trucker, but a trucker is also going to do their best to run to the basically they're going to try to keep a 24-hour loop instead of slowly cycling over. Yeah, okay. That was fine. Everything's fine. I feel like I get tired driving in night in the game, even though it is... What is the time right now? It is just about noon. I'm wondering, I'm just looking at the time. It is just about noon here. I'm getting yawny because I've been driving in the night for so long. Need to get some of that daylight in. Actually, I should get some of that actual daylight in. So once I've done this delivery, I think that will be what I do. Go outside and enjoy the sunlight and the fresh air. I guess it's going to be time to actually look. We've got 2 hours left. Let's take a look at the map. So that fuel stop has no rest stop area. I could pull in there for that rest stop, but that's not super satisfying. There's a rest stop literally just before I get there. Cool. We'll work with that. We have discovered Seville. I get the feeling I'm supposed to be... No, I am not supposed to be in that right lane. I am supposed to be in the left lane that traffic is not letting me back into, which is entirely realistic. That is very much my mess up, so I'm okay with it. But that's a weird way to do this, it seems. Seems like the left lane is the one that breaks off and emerges to the crossing highway. This is almost always done as a right lane exit. Exiting on the left and merging on the left is something I've only seen in a few places. Pass on the left. Oh. And then I'm going to slam on the brakes. And I'm going to cut across all the lanes of traffic, because I'm a moron. And I made... And I've drifted too many times when I meant to turn off my signal. Oh, well, that was a disaster. In real life, the thing to do would have been keep on going straight and deal with it later. I just really don't feel like doing that. the button I press to shift and the signal button are the same button, depending on whether I'm holding another button or not. So it's very easy for me to accidentally shift when I don't mean to, or accidentally turn on the signal when I meant to shift. I'm not going to go over all the way to the left lane, that just doesn't seem like that's going to work out for me. "108 kilometers left." That truck's not going to have to merge, are they? Yes, that truck is going to have to merge, but we should be by just in time to not make that a problem. We will take that. Slowing down, presumably because of traffic up ahead, but I feel like what was going on up there wasn't worth slowing down for. Whatever. 60 kilometers left to destination. We're almost there. Time to hit our rest stop as soon as we can. We're less than an hour from when we need to be hitting our rest stop, but we're also 40 minutes from destination, so it doesn't really matter which order we do things, but we're still going to do the rest stop before the delivery. Okay. Swap over highways one more time. Yes, I'm getting sleepy. Got it. Oh, we switch highways and then immediately exit the highway. just taking both lanes because we're a big rig and we have the space to do so. Should have signaled out of there, but my hands can only hit so many buttons at once. Alright. So right up ahead here we have our, make a left turn, and then we have a gas station and a rest stop there. So cross traffic does not stop for us, but we had to stop for them. But we should be good now. Let's get into that fuel station. Or, I guess no, there is not a rest stop right here. So we'll deliver and just go back to the repair shop. Okay. So we'll deliver and then come back for that rest stop when we don't have a trailer. We're not stopping, we're just going. There's traffic coming, but we had space. And I'm way to have a gear for this, but let's get that sorted out. Nope. Yes, I know I'm getting tired. Oh, too far. Just gonna have to do it on the blind side. If I can just keep threading that down, this should be fine. There, and we drop it. Drop it like it's hot. 3,245 kilometers. That gets us a paycheck of 82,000 euro. Okay, so we go back out to that rest stop. Call it a day. And we'll also discover a new repair shop, and I'll also try to discover that truck dealer before we go. Let me in. Let's get my truck all repaired up. Hold on. $70,000 for full repairs? That's a lot. Oh, so to replace. Oh, interesting. So to get back to 100%, I need to replace stuff, not just repair stuff. My repair can be done for 3 grand. To replace is going to be way more. Interesting. I think I like that. I like that a lot. That feels very realistic in the way that sort of the realistic in the sort of the way that matters, where you have to think about how long before a truck just sort of wears out and just it might be worth replacing the truck. But all right, thank you guys for tuning in. We will hopefully see you guys all next time. But take care.